Welcome to Creations by Karen, and today we're going to make a rail, a unique in the creek rail, and this is what it looks like. This is a rail, and these are really great to make if you are living in an apartment or have a small space. So this is what we're going to use, and they have the unique in the creek album or logo on here, made in Canada, not far from us. Yeah, so we're going to use a rail, and then I thought, because I'm doing a craft show, and I have a section with all animal gifts. Like everybody buys their animal a gift at Christmas, so I thought, why not? So we're going to use this rail, and it's rail number 540. It says all guests must be approved by the dog, which is so true. And then we're going to use some mesh, and I'm using this white, really glittery mesh and some other stuff. So make sure you follow Unique in the Creek. And once again, this is vinyl number 540. Hi guys. And we're going to put it on our rail. So this is how this works. And I'm going to kind of do this from start to finish for you. So what I like to do, and not everybody does this, I don't use these two top holes for hangers. That's just my choice. I usually put something on the back. And of course I don't have it here. Isn't that awful? Whatever. We're going to keep going. So you just take something wet, and I'm just using a paper towel, and I'm just going to wet this rail. And the reason is, if you've wet it, when you put your vinyl on, you can move it around a bit easier. Okay, good. So this is how this is going to work. So you just wet it, and it doesn't have to be soaking wet, just wet. So when you put your vinyl on, I'm just going to leave that there. And then I'm just going to take my vinyl off the back piece. So this is how it looks. I was going to do a gingerbread, and couldn't find my vinyl. They put this on really, really good. Obviously, because I'm having trouble getting it off. But once because it wants to take the backing off. There we go. See, look how it's peeling. Might get another one. Hang on a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. To look around in my stash for it. Well, this is cute too. My dog is not spoiled. I'm just well trained. Here's another one. Yeah, this is coming off easier. Okay. Sorry about that. Just got to re-wet this now. Just take your piece of vinyl off. And once again, it's number 540. This is just my choice. You can do whatever you want. So, I want to center this on the board. So these holes are at the top center. And when you put the water on it, you can take it off and put it back on. I'm sure there's an easy way to do this, Lori. Lori does them all the time. It's been a while since I've done a rail. Okay, that looks good. Now, My rail is on my board. I just take my something hard. Good morning. And I just start at the center and I wrap it in a paper towel. And I just start at the center and just do this. And this gets all the bubbles out. Because bubbles will show. And if it's like challenging, just go slow. And I come all the way around. And I get all the bubbles out. And if the bubbles are persistent, this looks good. Don't like bubbles on my rails. And but always make sure you use something that's buffered, because you don't want to scratch the rail. Can you hear that like crunching noise? That's just the bubbles coming out. Okay, and you just tip it to see if there's any bubbles. Okay, we're good. So my rail is on. Once again, it's number 540. Just for the Unique in the Creek. You could spend a whole day looking at all the vinyl they have, and all the mesh, and all the ribbon. Okay. So this is all ready to go. It's on my board. Now on the board, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of holes. There's 3 holes in each set, and that's key. You need to think about that. So we're going to put some tie wraps and some Chanel stems. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. And then I'm going to need some zip ties. I use 6-inch zip ties. You can use whatever you want. So we're going to start loading this. All right. This is for your first hole on the left, your right. Good morning. I'm just going to take my Chanel stem, come in through the top, in through the center hole, just like that. And then I'm just going to twist it once, and I'm going to stand it straight up. And then I'm on the adjoining hole, which is the bottom hole and the center hole. I'm going to put a zip tie, but I'm not going to close it. And you'll see in a minute how that works. So come in through the bottom and through the center, and just leave it. Always make sure your zip ties are put in correctly. So a zip tie has a flat, this is the top of it. It has a flat side and a rounded side. You always want to put your zip tie together through the flat side. So we're going to use the second one, and I'm going from like in a zigzag kind of motion. In through the top, in through the center, leave it open, and I'm going to put a Chanel stem on this one. So in through the bottom, in through the center. Now you sound like a broken record, but it's important. This part is like just as important as putting the vinyl on. Okay? Make sure it's just me. You're going to cut this off later, but just one twist to end it up. Now, whoops, look how that... Okay. You can put all your Chanel stems in first. You can put all your tie wraps in first. Now, in the center one, I'm not going to put anything in this top piece, but I'm going to put something in the bottom. I'll put a zip tie. Good morning. More pat. Okay, make sure it's going to close properly. In through the bottom, in through the center. And you're doing nothing to this part because we're going to put something in there. And then you're going to come to the top with your zip tie, put it in through the top, in through the center. And then take a chenille stem, come in through the bottom, and come in through the center. And I do this for a very specific reason, but pay attention. Because I'll show you why. And Lexi wants up, but she's not coming up. And this is the end piece. So I'm going to put another tie in through the top. And in through the center. One twist is fine. There you go. And make sure it's really snug in there. Do you miss the market? I do. I do. I miss the market. But it is what it is. In through the bottom, in through the center. So we have loaded our board. Okay, so it's all ready to go. Now, this is your mesh we're going to be using, and it is a wide foil mesh that I got at Unique in the Creek. And you can get everything for this at Unique in the Creek. Lori has it all there. It's 10-inch mesh, and I've cut 9 pieces at 10 inches. Try to remember that. 9 pieces at 10 inches. So I'm just going to put those away. And then you're going to take some ribbon. And I've cut these ribbon at 12 inches. I've cut black plaid, because I like it, and shiny red with some glitter. Because glitter gets everywhere. And I haven't done anything to the ends because I'm not going to do anything until I put my mesh on with the ribbons. Okay, so I've got red and I've got black. Just put them there for a minute. So I've cut my mesh at 10 inches by 10 inches. Get your board. Good morning, Cynthia. Get your board. And then what I like to do is put my board here, and then I have my mesh. So I'm going to make a kerfuffle. I know it's a weird name, but that's what they've called it. I didn't come up with it. So I'm going to turn it up 1 inch and make another. And then I turn this around, secure this part, and you could use a clothes peg to do this. I didn't. Why? Because I forgot to bring them up. 1, 2, and then and this stuff has got a lot of memory. And so I've done the same on this side, and then I'm just going to ruffle in the center. So it looks like this, like a bow tie. Make sure you have the center, and then I'm going to place this onto my board with the black chenille stem. This is where this part comes in, taking these. So I'm going to put this down, but I'm also going to put in these pieces of ribbon. Okay, so I place this down. You're going to see this again, people. And then I make sure it's centered. And then I put my ribbon. Got black and red. And I also come to the center on this. I should probably just grab a clothes peg. Just makes it a lot easier. And we're just going to put this in the center with the ribbon and the mesh. So you don't, that's why I don't do anything to it initially. So I just come up to the middle and then I firmly close this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 close, and then I'm going to cut this off right here. Scissors would help. Let's see. Oh, here they are. Don't use good scissors. This is where your old scissors come in. And I'm just going to cut this off fairly short. There we go. Okay, so this is what you got. Got a piece of mesh and 2 pieces of ribbon. And I'm putting the check on top. Doesn't matter how you do it. And then we're going to do this one. But I got to get a close peg because it's making me crazy. Hang on a second. These aren't actually clothes pegs. They're clips I got at the dollar store. Okay, let's go to the bottom one, shall we? Have your clip handy. Got my piece of mesh. That's 10 inches by 10 inches. Okay. Just want to weight the end. This has got curl. 1 inch up. And another one. And this is where you can put a clip on. Turn it and do the same thing to this side. 1. And 2. And just scrunch this up in the center. Take this clip and then get your board back. I like to do this like each time, like it's just my way to do it. You can do this any way you want. Just use your imagination. Hey, Bonnie Clark, I thought you were like somewhere not in Canada. Florida, maybe? So this is my zip tie. I'm putting it in, and I'm not decorating this one. Okay, so pull it nice and snug. And this I've cut with a wood burner. All this mesh. And I'm not doing it on my live because I wear a mask and it's not pretty. Good morning. Okay, pull it nice and snug. Take your not good scissors and cut this off. There we go. Okay, so that first row is done. I'm just going to move all of this to the side. Okay? It has a lot of memory. Take another piece of mesh, 10 by 10. Morning. From Nevada. I like Nevada. Weight one end. Okay, 1 inch up, another inch, put a clip on it, turn it around, 1 inch, 1 inch, and just ruffle the inside. Grab your board. So wherever you have a zip tie, you don't have to put mesh in. So I like always to make sure I'm putting it in center, which it is, and I'd close it. All right, clip it off. There we go. And if you don't even have to turn these, you can just leave them. Hey guys. Okay, next one. Take a piece of 10 by 10 mesh. And you could do this with all the rails that Lori has at Unique in the Creek. 1 inch up, another inch, take your clip, spin it around, 1, 2, and just come in and ruffle the center. Take your clip, put it down. Take 2 pieces of mesh, and I like the plaid on the top, that's just my choice. Come into the center. So you have the center. Take this, bring this in, make sure it's centered, and just put it down in your zip tie. Once again, I didn't do anything to the ends of this. We'll do it at the end. Place this down, snugly do up your Chanel stem. 1, 2, 3, and cut it off. Pretty easy. This would be great for the beginner wreath person, I think. They're all really easy to use. Okay, once again, I just move this over like that. Now I'm only putting 1 in this row, the center row. I'm only putting 1 piece of mesh in. And it's not going to have anything in it. It's just going to be a plain piece of mesh. Take your mesh. You guys can see this okay, right? 1, 2. Clip. Good morning, Lorna. Turn it around. 1, 2, and just make a ruffle. So wherever I have a zip tie, I'm not putting ribbon in. Place it down. Centered. Zip it closed. Like I said, you can make this any way you want. Purely inspirational. I like to snug these up good. And just clip it off. Put it over. Now in this one, it's going in with white, no ribbon. Like you can make a lot of these up ahead of time. And I would burn the ends because you don't have to, you have to worry about it fraying. I don't like fray. Good morning. 1, 2. Centered. My clip on. Bring your board back. Yep, I like it. Anything with pets. Pets are really, anything pet related are really popular. There we go. So whenever I'm using a zip tie, I always snug it up. Okay, have a group of 12 ladies that go out once a month. Good. It's a good idea. If I had more time, I'd do that. Okay, this next one is going to have both in them. So, take my piece of mesh. 1, 2 with the clip. Turn it around. 1, 2, give it a ruffle. So that's why they call it a kerfuffle, because you're curling the ends and you're ruffling to the middle. Take your clip. Get your ribbon. So you only need there's not a lot of material on this. I like this to be on the top. Come to the center. Take this apart. Place this down. Right in the center. But we're going to be clipping this ribbon off. I don't do it ahead of time. I don't might like do the corners or the ends of the ribbon ahead of time. That's just my preference. You don't have to do this. You can do this any way we want. Place it down in my Chanel stem. Pipe cleaner, Chanel stem, whatever you like. Close it tight. 1, 2, 3. And I just think 3 works for me. You can do whatever you like. Right, we're going to the last one. Now I've got a pipe cleaner, so I know that I'm going to be putting ribbon in that one. And this certainly doesn't take a lot of mesh. You can make a lot of these with 1 roll of mesh. 1, 2, clip. Spin it around. 1, 2, ruffle in the center and put your clip back on. Take your last 2 pieces of ribbon. I put plaid on the top, my choice. You can do whatever you like. Come to the center. And I just kind of like put a little squish in the center of it. That's just what I do. You don't have to do it. Place this down where you had your clip. Bring your board back. This gets really full here. Okay, take this, place it in to the center. Twist these. 1, 2, 3. Cut this part off. Pull that down, and we've got 1 more to do. My last piece of mesh. Wait the end. 1, 2, and a clip. Turn it around. 1, 2, curl in the center. Ruffle. Good morning, Sandy. Find the center of it. Place it down into your zip tie. Just close your zip tie. I didn't hear, yeah, we're all right. Take your needle nose pliers. Cut this off. All right. So all my mesh and all my ribbon is in. And this seems like a lot of stuff. It is. But I'm going to cut the ends of my ribbon before I do anything else. So I've got on the top ones, I've got, and I like them to be like coming out the side. So I'm just pulling this over to the side. I like to alternate. That's just my choice. You can do whatever you like. So then you want to just, once you've decided how long you want them, you just want to clip these off, and I just ducktail the ends. It's not very good, but she sees. And the reason I do this at this time and not like ducktail the ends is I want to make sure that there's not, the ribbons aren't too long. That's just me. Cut these off. Ducktail them. It just finishes everything, I think. Great. We'll do this ones, and I always just put these alternating. So where I have red, then I have plaid, and then red, and then plaid. It's just the way I do it. Ducktail the ends. Just gives it a finished look if you do this. Good. Looks good. If you heard that, that's my electronic cat litter. Just goes off randomly when Lexi uses her cat litter. Best thing to sliced bread as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to do these ones here. Sorry. Just want to fluff these first. There we go. Ducktail these ends. Just put them like this. Oh, I really like it. I like with the shimmery red, it just looks festive. I know this sounds weird, but Lexi has a place to sleep under my stairs here. And I always put something in there, like a festive wreath or so, a little wreath. This would look good under there, I think. So Lexi has something to look at. Last one, last set, and then we're going to do the big bow. Love that ribbon. I like the ribbon too. It's really glittery and really pretty. There we go. Ducktail the ends. I know I sound like a broken record, but oh well. So you can make a lot of these in a really short period of time. And this one. Okay. This is how it looks so far. Now, the fun part. I'm got a bow I'm going to put in these two top ones. And I've already done it. Just because I'm not the best with bows and I don't want to embarrass myself. So it's going to go in here. So here's the bow, and I've used the same colors, but I've added a shiny black. So I have plaid, black, and red. And I'm just going to fix this there. And I put Chanel stems through it. So when I did it, I did like one loop on either side and a tail. And then for the top one, I did 2 loops. So just place this in to the top. And you've got a lot of stuff in here. Sometimes it can be challenging. we'll make it work. Put this down, put the center one through. So you're going to use the top and the center holes, right? So I don't want this to really be tight. So just decide how tight you want this to go. You don't want to cover up the saying. So that looks good. I like that. And I just twisted at the back 3 times. And then I just cut them off. I'm just going to fit this through the 2 holes. So nothing is going to scratch this door. Let's just fluff this a bit. So, and this is also why I don't cut these off, because I think I might trim these, the ones that are at the top. Because I don't want it to impede the lettering. There. Just want that, make sure that looks good. Perfect. Okay. I like it. There we have the finished wreath. Nice big bow and some ribbon and some mesh. Give me a thumbs up, you guys. And I'm going to really take some time and just fluff this so it looks pretty. And I am going to fix just something on the back so they can hang it. And I have the cable mounts, the stick-on cable mounts. Just can't find them in Craft Central. So I'll find them and I'll put one on, and then you guys can see what it looks like. And I'll post a picture. Right? What do you think? So go to uniqueinthecreek.com to get all the stuff you need to make this. Lori has it all there. All right. That's it for today, guys. You have a great day. I'm going to go to my garden and clean it all out for winter. All right. That's it. Have a great one. Love you all. Bye now.